they absolutely have. And a big part of the way Furia took away that win on that map against Fnatic in the past came down to mid-control, heavily mid-control.
This match is going to be so important. These are two emotional teams. This is where you define your mental on map number 1. Winning or losing here defines the rest of your year. This is huge for both teams.
All right, well, let's get this show on the road and send it over to two casters. Honestly, you don't have anyone better to call this game. It's Doug and Balla. Take it, boys.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really glad he's gotten past roasting us on the throws, and it's just compliments that are left from this point forward. Elimination match, right? It's do or die time. Yep. And for these two teams, the matchup, the history, the curse, everything that's around it, the storylines are so good.
It's all there. I mean,
you mean Endgame XM1? Is there a wireless version? They're creating a wireless version. I think it comes out next year.
This year, it's going to have to wait. Fnatic still have not lifted a trophy, and they have to get through this low bracket first.
SUC is a good mouse too.
How fitting would it be if before that you hear right now, that's when they finally overcome their demons, finally hoist the trophy that they've so thoroughly pursued.
I would say S2 and XM1 are very, very similar. I think the XM1 is a little bit more extreme of a shape though. That's my opinion.
For this moment right here, to be able to come to Champions and get
Atlanta is very similar shape to XM1.
We'll keep a close eye on him. Again, he is on the Killjoy. Fnatic starting off on attack. A map that has historically been so good for Fnatic, and Bren was right.
Have you tried the Shroud mouse?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, when
their first map on
at the boot camp for LCQ, yeah, I held his mouse.
Groups against Furia.
You know what's crazy?
So a lot more
I tried it holding his mouse the way he grips the mouse, and it makes it really, really comfortable.
The drone. And I thought for sure he was going to look for something a little bit more dangerous.
I always thought that Shroud had such a weird grip when I saw it, but honestly, when you think about the actual mouse shape,
way too many heads.
I think that's just the reason.
No one's died.
Alpha has 2 mollies here. He's already set up
because he was using it for such a long time.
Everybody on Fnatic is protecting them right now. So
how does he grip it?
Get them down? Is there any
he grips it
kind
of like a bird claw, like a talon.
Turret there to provide contact. Durka already getting the first kill. And you're right, Paul. I think all of this utility is going to take so much time to get through. It's going to be so difficult. Mako's on it, and he takes all of the damage.
Oh, Durka.
3 on the round. It's just
Durka.
From up top, from down low. It's a flawless for Fnatic.
All right, Durka's activated.
Perfect pistol
GG, go next.
From the execution to take the site to the post plant. After Boaster threw his molly as well, he started flanking if there was any need for a failsafe. He was absolutely there. And Durka with the 3 first openings there at the point that he gets the 4th, the round's over. But also to note, these chambers are continuously picking up this ghost on the pistol round. And there's that impact.
What was your question with the satellite?
They've invested heavy into the hands of Alpha here as well.
Is it Ethos grip?
Got kills in that round.
I'm pretty sure Alan extends his pinky finger, no?
Mako's the only one who was initially here. He has to back up. Sax is going to join, and you see the rotation out from DRX. They've already made their way past the halfway point of the map. They're all headed to B.
What's the bug?
The only utility here that I'm worried about from DRX is the shock molly combo potentially.
Sure.
It's not going to be a factor with the wall up.
Yeah, the window for that is gone. At least on the plan. And do they have setups again? Boaster? No mollies. Alpha has them set up already. And, I mean, when Mystic's just going to spam through things like that and get a couple of kills, that's smooth sailing.
I noticed as well, Enzo, who had the ghost this round, the only player with just a pistol, able to pick up the Vandal.
Brax grip is I don't even want to talk about that. It just looks painful. I cannot talk about it. Brax's grip. Brax's mouse grip actually just pains me to even look at. I can't even imagine playing he does a super exaggerated claw grip.
At all.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting too because DRX was relying a little bit on Icebox at Reykjavik.
Twist grip is actually comfortable though.
There was a field in Korea that wasn't really playing Icebox. And in the cases that they were, DRX was sometimes going to target ban it. But primarily it's been Bind that's been their perma. So when you have both Fnatic strong maps as the ones you're trying to avoid, that's not a disaster. Obviously the map veto, not entirely Fnatic favorite, but this map specifically
it's It's not ideal.
I do
We're
remember
even checking
DRX
all
is a
their
team that
grips.
leaves these maps unplayed for quite long periods of time.
Sure.
And then comes
Do my
up with
research.
something special.
I'll just
But
say that.
most of the time, it doesn't work. I think
do a
back
lot
to
of
when the
research.
5th to 6th place curse started. Well, back then it was 5th to 8th against
That's my
Gambit.
prediction.
And
I
that's
think
Berlin.
Fnatic's winning.
It was bind.
Yeah.
Or they subbed in lock it. This one, obviously not going to be the case. Let's see how this goes.
Waiting for
Mystic has
breakfast?
spent
I
a
haven't
lot
eaten
of
breakfast
time
yet.
waiting around.
I might
Finally
get
gets that
serious.
orb.
I
Now
don't
one step
know.
away from having the res online while the rest of Fnatic close by. No real mid presence. They've got the alarm bot pretty far up to make sure there's no flank. Oh, Durka just rendezvoused back towards mid. Keep an eye on that on your
on top too.
Be very well.
Yeah, he's on top too.
And he gets a kill. He's rewarded for it.
Gorgeous TP Durka with the ingenuity right here. Plant is going to go down eventually. There was very limited time, but with the Durka flank, you just can't get that off.
Durka's still able to control rotations across mid-map. Have something to work with across kitchen too. And you've got a deep sage wall. You're going to have to get through. Durka
Oh,
just
he got
continues to
such a
go
good timing
follows from
there.
up top.
How are they not considering him?
I don't know. He's already gotten 3 on the round. Surely you know he's there. But it doesn't seem to matter. A second Prime Gaming flawless through for Fnatic.
And it's a beautiful conversion of the bonus. Just perfect on the execution there for Durka to get
There's like a
top
Brax
2.
grip and I felt pain. Yeah.
Late too.
See, you don't even have to. Don't even try it. I tried it before.
Oh, the
All I
rotations
felt was
from DRX.
pain.
Neither of these players looking at him. I mean, finally it's Cest who challenges him, but they just forgot. They just assumed without checking that he would get away from that position.
An 8-1 start for Fnatic
I use a medium.
Star. Mystic continuing to play well. We've highlighted him a lot this tournament, and well for good reason. But he doesn't seem to show any signs of slowing down, at least not yet. DRX back on pistols. A couple of sheriffs and a classic in the hands of Buzz.
It's a 3-man lineup here for DRX with the sheriffs up close.
Buzz just activated his dash too. Yeah, pops out, gets a kill into Alphier, but the res out from Mystic brings him right back.
I mean, that was a ridiculous peak from Buzz, though, getting a classic 1-click.
The thing is, he's been playing that spot almost every round, too.
Now, when you're Jet, you have a lot of options, but that's the most preferred.
Yeah.
Durka taking the rope.
Oh, I thought he was going to keep going.
And while it might have started out as a 4v5, obviously right now they've completely shifted on this anti-eco to maintain the advantage.
Seems like Fnatic, they're playing at such a slow and methodical pace, and it is, at least for now, I know it's
Durka
really
first 70 bomb on a land match.
It's not aggression. It's not like in your face.
Yeah.
It's just like slowly dismantling you.
I also wonder, though, DRX is making an actual stylistic choice to put that wall as it is instead of making it go over top of 410. Because Durka just abused the ever-living crap out of that.
Yeah.
Just walking top 410.
Fnatic win another one, and if not for the res, I know they're still 5 up, but if not for Alphier going down, it would have been another flawless.
Yep.
Are you kind of going to Istanbul? I heard both of you were invited. We're both invited, but we will not be going.
Coalescing of multiple players staying alive. I mean, outside of the... No, actually, I think most of them it's at least been 4 up.
Yeah.
This is super clean. Yeah, only 2 kills from DRX.
And that's devastating. To be on the precipice of starting the 5th round and to have a total of 2 kills across your entire team.
And when the conversation is about DRX crumbling over and over and over at this position in the tournament, this is a terrible start for them. Termi has to bring this team back up right away.
We can't go because we have our dogs.
It's the coach in the back discussing right now. Such a hot start from the home team crowd.
Seemingly perfect. And it's funny. It was actually Josh who tweeted this the other day. It really does feel like you can set your clocks to the DRX collapse. It just seems so consistent, right? It really is uncanny.
It's ridiculous.
You want to see my my breakfast today?
Tournaments.
Flaming hot Funyuns.
This year, it's happening.
Yeah, but again, it's early. It's yes, you don't necessarily
Only breakfast
walk into
that
the
matters.
Icebox thinking you're going to walk away with the dub necessarily, right? Knowing you're going into FNATIC's playpen, really.
Yeah. And honestly, I mean, the history shouldn't matter going into this, but that's what the conversation is about.
Yeah.
And there was differences here. DRX didn't make it to out of groups at last champion, so you actually saw that be important to Stax, be important to the rest of the team as well, to be able to play in front of a crowd.
I won't lie.
Note a couple of very quick adaptations as far as DRX's defense.
Normally,
you have Buzz with the operator who's now picking down long.
Those chips vibe. For breakfast, not so much. First meal of the day, no. Don't do the flaming hot onions for first meal of the day.
The power ults on Fnatic haven't really come online yet. Alpha, you're usually at this point.
Why do you guys tell me that was a good idea? Horrible idea.
You would hope to
Come on,
have those
Twitch chat.
because when
Do
they
better.
start getting cascading round after round, this comp gets so dangerous, and we might be entering that point in the following rounds.
Yeah, we're certainly close to it. Another slow round out from Fnatic.
Taki's
This pace has been productive for Fnatic, to say the very least.
Oh, last time they brought it down the clock, they needed a flank from Durka to have value. Otherwise, they could have easily, DRX could have easily denied that plant. And we're down to the same period, and the spike is nowhere near a site right now. Looking like they want a mid-split with Mystic's wall late. Stax is going to have to respond.
They have the... Oh, did they just smoke it off? They did. They just tried smoking it off. They're going to slip the net. They're going to get past through it all, but there's still some presence across the middle of the map. Now Buzz activating his dash, still holding the angle with the op. Dirk up top. He just gets decapitated by RB. What a shot.
Mystic
doesn't
want to commit. Past mid, they're giving up on this round.
It took too long.
And that is shocking. After the first shot from Stax, it looked like maybe a slow landed or something like that, because they just did not want to go under 2. There's a moment where Stax reads the game. And it comes to him perfectly.
And about time to, again, on the other side of the timeout. They were able to figure out what was going on here. Yeah, you see the play under. They tried smoking off the alarm bot that was mid, and then find some space to work with.
The alarm bot went off, by the way. That's why he was vulnerable. So easily able to be picked off by Stax in that position that there's a lot to
Does
clear
anybody
when you're running
know
out under 2.
what day they're revealing the teams for
They're just
franchising
gonna
or now?
pop this tour de force, and we're going to hit towards A and try to deny this orb as always. You see Zest is continuously looking to find when they're going to release the pressure. But it's not happening.
Well, you see the dart there from DRX, tag 2 members of Fnatic. Buzz still holding that aggressive angle.
Well, the thing is, I could
Everybody
know,
in Fnatic positioned
I
the same
potentially
way
do
that they
know,
were when
but I
Durka
don't
got
know
those
where I
kills
heard
on
it
top of
from.
410.
Therefore, I don't know if I heard it from Twitch chat or if I heard it from someone else.
This time it's with the tour de force. You're absolutely right, though.
So that's why I'm asking, so I can reaffirm what I know and to test what you know. Therefore, I'm not leaking anything.
Dancing around his head.
And then I could also figure out where I got my info from.
Zest did a considerable amount of damage on a Durka there. He has to rendezvous to get away.
There's a slow Animala on each side here of Maze.
Wall up. Zest still here. Well, he was. He wasn't around for long. Poster finding an opening. Mako with the shock dart in his lap. The spike goes down. Durka finds value with the tour de force. Mako still around. But my goodness.
That's crazy. Durka got dinked.
Patient, they're methodical, and when they strike hard.
And then he was able to get out and then just get an op kill.
DRX was good, but that's not what's actually going to win you these rounds. Fnatic will have the staying power to continuously fight. The amount of utility.
Zom said 100 Thieves send TSM
yes, they
are
have to commit
confirmed.
it during the execute if you're trying to delay them. But the response is just to wait it out on your side. Wait out the fuel. Wait out the molly. Everything's super solid there. And also note the
I don't know what teams are confirmed, but I could make a relative.
They want Durka to hold that and bait people into peeking.
I could think logically about who I would think would be confirmed either through like on Org's relationships with Riot or fan base or previous accomplishments and amount of hype that teams bring.
Really nice setup out from Fnatic.
Okay, now DRX does have some interesting ults to work with, right? They have the lockdown, they have the Hunter's Fury. Those are really good retake ults.
And Buzz is repositioned. He's back to where he was, this time with the op, and he finds the kill onto Alfier.
One of the adjustments that Fnatic has made coming into this tournament on this map has been to commit their wall consistently towards B, which is not always something that you're doing in this comp. We're trying to get players like Alpha out on towards that A side and drop the wall so you can clear close. Not doing that.
Just leak it for fun. Your thoughts on high ground? I actually think they're pretty good now. You know what's funny?
Outrageous, really.
So
now, mind you, Timmy's there to cover up.
Okay, Kaide got one of the first high ground keyboards that they ever made, and
those are threatening. Though.
So
look how the DRX players have responded. They're trying to clear mid, making sure nobody's down.
I guess Kaide told one of the owners of high ground that I said that the computers were, or the keyboards were like literal trash at the time, and then I met the owner in person and he told me about that, and I was like fuck, like.
Even if Poster dies here, they've gotten so much.
But then they're like, yeah, like we took that criticism like really seriously, and we were able to improve our products. So it was like a little bit awkward at first. I'm like, shit, like what the fuck, like Kaide is snitching me.
Get the TP, same thing. No way.
Oh my goodness.
The lockdown is safe though.
Yeah. But he's still playing on the other side of it, and Durka takes the fight again. Fnatic have to give the space up. Where's Enzo? Does he have a shock dart setup? One gets hit. Enzo on the swing. The dart has spotted him, and Mako's, yeah, there's really no way in. Mako's going to hold it the whole way.
Criticism is good,
Durka
yes.
made him earn that one, though.
That was certainly close. If that came a second earlier, he might have been able to take out RB.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now we have to consider.
Let's just say, I'm very opinionated. If I think something's not good,
and something to note
normally
I'll
state my opinion.
To get that height instantly rather than having to jump up.
Yeah, on the ledge.
But I will say props to them for improving their products a lot, because I tried their like Kaide has like the Attack on Titan keyboard from them, and it actually is like pretty good.
So how to consider?
Again, I like this out from DRX. A little pressure towards A. You have concealed that the operator is here. Right, it's normally Buzz who's taking the aggressive peek early on, but there was utility that was cleared. There was an exchange of bullets, and the opfire was never heard. So they don't know where the op is at this point.
I will say, this is just like a small thing of mine, but I do, in my personal opinion, I do prefer to see my what is it? The letters on my keyboard.
RB has always been putting down. He's been using
I don't like them down on the bottom, like on the side. I personally like them.
Expected it just to go towards A.
Like my extra K5 right here. I like them just all visible right here. That's my personal preference.
And they've gotten this far. Again, it's going to be a bloody 5v5 to retake for the site for the spike.
Oh my goodness, Zest is in such a good lane.
He's so far
for this ult. You can get value, plus there's the stash!
Oh, and he gets a kill on Durka from up top! The lockdown destroyed, as you mentioned.
More damage too, here's the mollies, there's still a little bit of post-plant.
RB playing around the utility, and Mystic jumps right out of it and takes the fight to him!
Whoa, Buzz?
What a hold, what a retake from DRX!
And where did Buzz come from in those final moments? Just swinging around yellow.
From the heavens, man.
Night and day difference.
Wait, who knocked out DRX again?
Since that timeout.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Look at that one more time.
It was loud. It took me a second.
And it's beautiful because it's in the middle of the lockdown. It's in the middle of the Hunter's Fury. There's a lot of distraction. Terry just floats his way past yellow.
So clean.
And the Hunter's Fury is what's clearing that space out for him to go.
Oh, wait a second. Hang on. That was Forsaken in a DRX jersey.
Is he in the DRX camp right now?
Oh, what is this upside down that we're living in currently? Saw 5K sitting close by him as well. They're rolling deep, man. They're rolling deep.
APAC teams need to support each other.
With a little Vamos sign, too. I like this. I like what's going on.
Next thing we'll get a couple crew players. Coach Owner up there. From the Vietnam. Had to sneak that in there.
Calling a timeout here. Still hanging on to a 2-round lead. But man, you're right, Balla. I mean, it's a different chapter, right? Like from the timeout, the DRX called up until now, they have found some space. Buzz has come online, starting to chip away at this thing.
Now that we've seen both teams call timeouts, you've really had the IGLs understand the game so far and have a chance to make their adaptations. It's definitely something I was interested in looking at this game, was how these IGLs are calling Boaster versus Stacks. The assistance of their coaches and co-IGLs.
The drone goes down low. It's patient. Again, this game of what's the game called? With the marble and the 3 cups, and you're trying to hide it. Shell game? Is that what it's called?
Squid Game?
It's a shell game, essentially, of the operator. They've done such a good job of concealing it up until now. And look at Fnatic. Look at how far up they've just pushed mid. Alfear's going to be late going into A, but they're trying to get around the Viper spin, and look at that deep wall.
Oh, that's a big gap.
Look at that deep wall out from Mako. They've got him pinched in. But can Fnatic punch out? Can they fight back?
So difficult to get through, but Zess is the only
Dude,
one
Dereka's
looking
been
past
top
the wall.
tube every round.
Just on the outside.
What the fuck? He's like,
the spike so far
he's like
up.
7 for 7 going top tube.
Great here from Fnatic, though. They've
Is Stax
actually
gonna clear this, though?
maintained the space and spawn.
Dereka up top.
Mystics through as well.
Stax
Yeah, he
knows.
does.
Now they have to pivot. Mystics in such a tough spot here.
I mean, Enzo can still cover him. Alfear's still here. I mean, they've literally got DRX pinched in on this A side. He's just tapping the spike.
Are the
trying to
rosters
get
considered
Mako
for
to leave.
franchising?
RB's res back up. Back their way.
I'd say within reason.
Enzo's got to go big here. He's got to be able to relieve some of this pressure mid.
Up support on his teammates at A.
What was that?
Mako creeping forward. What is this round, man? They're up so far. Enzo, the timing has to be immaculate here. He has 54 HP. He has no armor.
Waiting for his teammates' contact. Here's Alpha.
Swinging around. There he is. Enzo on the swing. Enzo with the kill for RB. What a play out from Fnatic. And Mako swing it back.
He's got the spike on his side here, and it's not planted for the Fnatic members.
Enzo has one shock dart, and there it is. You see it soaring across your screen. Alfear on the swing. The defuse will be no more. Fnatic get to 6.
What an insane
Will the rosters
round.
not be the same in franchising?
Fnatic
I doubt
twice
it.
now out of the timeouts going for
I think
some
every
big
team will
presence.
have at least like
Last time it was a B
one
split, this time
change
an A split,
minimum.
which is so unconventional. I mean, for Fnatic, it's a little bit more common, but still, even for them.
I mean, that seldom works. How often have you seen a successful A split through mid?
Maybe some orgs actually might just like
Obviously, they're trying to counter the Viper's fit,
completely
but he still has his
change the
wall up,
team. Who knows?
and he uses it dynamically. You never see Vipers do like on defense.
Moments like this in elimination matches, deep in tournament runs, they bring out the best in players. They bring out the best in teams. Nothing to heal, nothing to conceal either. Killer going back and forth. Alfear and Buzz both down.
This time we got Boaster's Viper's pit up. So they're going to try to bully their way on the sites and just plop that down. Give themselves huge chances here. The drone's just been used too.
Surely that spotted Dereka, right?
Kaide.
Spam through, he has to give it up.
Not committing.
I gave it to Mochi last night.
Now, Boaster has his
I gave her
plan.
the pill and the 2 syringes
can
last
go.
night when you were like half asleep.
If they choose to.
Needs to get in position to do that. Zess could easily counter him if he tries to walk up, so you need a pick first.
Dereka just has to be the first one to go, surely.
Mystic still has his wall. He's going to try to use that left side wall right now, and he does. And this could be it for Boaster.
Dereka finding a big kill from up top and Stacks on the trade. Mystic still
Oh,
down
no!
low. RB has gotten 2!
Huge!
Enzo so far away too. He was already set up for post plan.
Wasn't sure if
He
you
was
knew.
already set up for lineups
No,
with the
you
shot
literally
darts.
were telling me.
And now the safety valve has become the main one. Spike picked up and instantly put right back down.
Yeah, you did.
As he goes aggressive, no longer interested in playing for shock darts, no longer making the high percentage play. He
This
wants
is
to
so
take the
cool.
fight. He wants to go aggressive.
Using the wall.
And surely you don't expect him here, but he gets antsy. Moving around, he spotted one.
Spammable now. As he
He's
gets
got to drop down. Yeah, he's got to get away.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Still surrounded, and RB gets a third on the round and the defuse.
Why does
It
Mochi
is
need
a
medicine?
massive round from RB.
Because she has stitches right now.
Finding the space. Did he get on top of that wall? Is that how he challenged the planter eventually? You saw Boaster was thinking about it. He was completely caught off guard.
Bro, you're in the same
How
house
that
talking
spike
in
was
chat.
being planted. Nobody to cover.
I mean,
those two.
okay, if we were in the same room,
yeah, I want to see that again because you're right. It seemed like RB.
Then you could make a case, but I think like, dude, we're kind of far across from each other in the house.
That was close.
Like I have to walk like maybe
so
like 30
close.
steps to get to Kaide.
Ah, he got on the rope and then the wall. You're right. Poster got just caught.
Double-edged sword, that one. But
Like she's in bed chilling. I'm in my room chilling, sitting on my Secret Labs chair, fully reclined.
DRX is making a great run at this
It
tail end of the
can
first
recline
half.
to
Fnatic at this point.
what is it?
Hoping to be a little higher in the round count.
165.
Especially
where is it
given
actually?
the 4-0 start that they had.
The timeout.
There's
really
like a
turned
lever
the
right here?
tides in a massive way.
Holy shit!
Alpha initially going on an exploratory mission towards A. A solo one at that, while the rest of the team makes their way down B long. Operator in the hands of Buzz as he's towards A. And if Alpha can, if he can just get the op to
Holy
fire,
shit! I'm actually
there's
like,
so
this is
much
a bed right
information
here.
gained. But they're actually rotating back.
Right into the hands of Buzz, but same thing's going on the other side. Just Buzz now left here, and Durka is definitely keeping them in this vicinity.
And a note here, Buzz still has his dash too. Feels a little bit of pressure. He can make a play and then get out. He's not stuck here.
But giving up the site is massive. So this setup.
Give me a
is not
quick
going to
second.
favor
I'm
here
watching
DRX
still.
because they're going to get that ult down. So good thing that the drone is coming in, calling Zest back over in this
Look
case.
how far back this here goes.
Buzz, dash used. Player spotted. I think he took his hand off.
We're going to bring him back up though, so it's not the biggest of deals.
No, you got to be careful here. If RB decides, if he gets here in time, decides to use the lockdown,
I can't make it
Enzo
flip
has
either.
the Hunter's Fury to counter.
I was trying to. Okay, I was testing out the weight distribution.
And
Okay.
there's the lockdown that we were just mentioning. The Hunter's Fury is the counter.
Oh my goodness.
Clear as day. Sax has gotten 2 on the round. Enzo
I was just testing out the if the chair could hold me up.
Unbelievable.
As you can see, it can hold me up. Very reliable.
DRX.
Very comfortable and very reliable. So if anybody's looking for a new
First
chair,
four and just
make sure you consider Secret Labs.
back swinging so hard. Those fast retakes is something they're implementing on every single map.
Hashtag ad.
Buzz with the insanely good and important first pick on the most valuable member of Fnatic at that point in the round.
Sax just like full battle stages his way too into the Viper's pit. Chaos ensues and they walk away on top. You're right, the fast retakes out from DRX are causing fits for Fnatic right now.
And it's so far away from what they were doing at the beginning of the half. Remember how slow they were waiting out the utility.
Yeah.
Waiting out even the post plans.
The only ad that
Shifting
can't be
gears.
skipped.
And bringing it up to 5th.
We really haven't seen much fast out of Fnatic either.
You can't play fast with this comp.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You did not just say I just booed you guys. There's no way.
Shot. But it goes just a bit wide. He's still around though. Mako backside. Trying to spam through. Guess where Durka might be. His poster goes up top. Scoops the spike up. This should be the second attempt at which they try to get it down. First one went sideways. Poster manages to get it down. 3v3 here for the site. Remember, Durka has the tour de force, but he also has a
Poster bought light shield with no creds. I don't know what it is about Fnatic,
first to go.
but I swear
Where's the entrance? Where's the opening? Where's
they
the
always just buy light shield. I don't even think they see that
still holding
heavy shield is even
with the
necessary.
tour de force. The wall goes down. Buzz does
And
too.
he's out.
A massive kill as Poster swings around, finds a second on his stacks, and Mako will not survive.
7-5 at the
Was
end
it
of the
Durka like
first half.
17-2? 19-7.
A good attack side, but DRX certainly showing they're here to play. Neither team falling to the mental collapse.
And that means we're due for a very good second half. Let's throw it down to the desk, have them break down the 7-5 half.
That's right, and out of the gate, you can already tell that Durka coming in hot right at the start of this one. 19 frags, Bren, really setting the pace here for Fnatic.
I mean, this guy's putting up numbers that it's going to make you forfeit at the half. Like, you're looking at the
What's a
half,
record
playing
for the
against
most
this guy in
ACS on land?
reevaluate
Like in
because it's an absolute
in a match or
dominant
series?
performance.
Out of
He's taking
curiosity.
full advantage in the earlier portion of that first half, in the early rounds, about playing for that mid control.
And he's had such creative setups. This one, for example, where he teleports up on top of the tube in mid to get an angle on DRX. And this play is great, but I think it also speaks to one of the failures of this half for DRX. When you're playing this composition, one of the kind of emphases of having to play that retake when you do have to concede the plant is, I don't know what the hell is going on right there. But when you're playing this Killjoy comp, you struggle in the retake. So a big priority is double flanking and fighting in the back lines to be able to win out in those post lines. The first half of that half, DRX was struggling at that, but they improved.
Yeah, well, let's actually look ahead, though, and talk about, RB, because he's going to be one of the players that, I know, have to put a spotlight on here.
I know
you pointed out the impact
the
of what the
Breeze game against
F3Q,
I had it, but I don't know if there's been a map like that.
Moving forwards, RB is going to be needed to have a big game. I think his role on
so that's why I was asking, like, what is like the current standing record?
Mid flanks and the late lurks as well coming through. Just him staying alive.
I don't like necessarily need to know.
Really vital that he stays alive and plays his role.
Whose is that? I just like want to know what the number was. Because honestly, like Durka right now, he could.
In the first place,
in these comps, Killjoy players are
if he gets like a bunch of multi kills on defense, like defense is where Chamber shines.
Good in those post plans, and also
he got on the hard side with
ensuring that Fnatic does not get behind
with Chamber already.
Will double flank and fight you constantly.
Yeah, well, Fnatic always have the game plan on Icebox, but do DRX have the answer? Let's send it back over to Doug and Balla.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. Yeah, the big question, which Killjoy is going to reign supreme at the end of the day? They've both been very, average for their teams, given the roles that they've been asked to do.
Yeah, I think one thing is Alfir in this comp domestically has always been such a lurk presence.
Yeah.
You consistently see in this game that not really working out for him. So he's not taking those same paths. You saw the one where he almost pounded his desk. That was a flank that he usually should be able to get off.
And it really should have, if I remember correctly. I think he had a Vandal going into a Bulldog either way.
Nice peek past the drone as it takes contact on the other players from Durka, but there's nobody there.
He's out.
For sure that the drone had spotted Durka, but somehow continues to get away with situations that he probably shouldn't be able to.
Positioned here. Two more to find. Oh my goodness, Durka.
Durka's just lighting it up.
Somehow. Oh my god.
Poor Mystic was the sacrificial lamb for Durka to
it
get
might
another.
Be it.
What a teammate.
And that's now the two pistols for Fnatic. And Durka is 23-7. Also identical to the first half pistol rounds in terms of the kill distribution. Durka.
Good on.
Just insane.
Hi.
Good morning. Again, the help out from Mystic. Here you go, buddy. Take your time, reload. We'll give you another.
Not fully committed to the FPX buy. As every person is bought up, Boaster with a Marshall holding the long angle at B. And I love this reactive. Oh, that one's a little interesting for Mystic, but usually putting it down reactively against the pistol is so good. And actually,
he's like
low-key fired.
Investigating my garbage bag.
It's a double segment over towards the right side here of Maze.
You're going to have to clear out, and he can tuck in this ratty little corner. You've got someone covering above it in Enzo right there. You see on your screen. The high ground covered.
Can you get through on the right, though? That's what I was originally hesitating on. I don't think so.
Doesn't sound like it.
Mystic. Never doubt him.
Buzz finally gets through two panels, but it's other two.
And there's a gap for him on the left.
Yeah.
Oh,
and there it is.
Beautiful.
He's rewarded for it. Durka from up top finds another. Stacks, though. Getting one with the classic, and Enzo's just... he's just making it to shreds. Another clean round out from Fnatic. And this is how the first half started. Remember, it was a 4-0 lead. DRX swung back to get us to a 7-5 half, but given the...
Dude, Durka could get 40. Durka could literally get 40 kills this game.
Not as gambly as a buy in that anti-eco.
Yeah.
It's doable.
But I have to give props to Mystic there. Very, very cool wall. 9-5. This is where they have to win this bonus. Fnatic's attempt here can do so much. I also have to say, with the conversation about Alfir at the beginning of this half that we had for his first half performance, this is where he could really be more towards his role, right? More of a sentinel, more playing with the utility that he has, whereas first half, he's trying to do a lot more. Same setup that they go for on the pistol. Trying to bait false information against the drone.
And given the fact that the DRX have been caught with similar antics before, I mean, sure, go for it again. Why not? This time it's actually DRX. You're choosing to make a slow run at this round.
I was thinking that alarm bot put so deep on A. It's going to swing them back over towards B, but instead they come over, and they're going to face where they already know Durka is. They already know Mystic is. Both the top fraggers of Fnatic at this point in the game. And, I mean, come on, man.
Bro, the tech.
What is that?
Still so much time on that wall, too. I think they've noticed it at this point, though. Let's see.
Have they? He's patient. No, they haven't noticed. Oh, my gosh. He dashes away to safety. The slow orb dropped as he takes a step back.
The speed.
They're just playing just on the other side of the wall. Buzz goes up top. He gets impatient. He tries to go fast. And Fnatic gladly welcome what DRX throw their way. Another bonus round for the home crowd.
5-round lead. DRX
last time out for DRX
for the exact same reason as the first half. But this one looks even more dominant. The new things Mystic is showing and the support his teammates are giving him is beautiful. Alpha just in time.
That guy on the second row, we've looked at him twice, and he always seems so dejected. He's always so sad.
They were just keeping out so unfair.
Again, DRX calling a timeout, as you were saying, for the exact same reasons. You feel this potentially getting away.
Yeah.
And this is when they were able to turn the tides previously. This is where they were able to find what Fnatic were doing and exploit it.
Yeah. This
time, though, Bala, you're right. It feels a bit more insurmountable because Mystic is showing all this ratty stuff. Durka's possibly having the performance of his life right now. He's 26.
Dude, I remember reading somewhere.
See what his
like apparently a bunch of people think that Primetime Jet was worse than what Chamber is.
Going for a little bit more.
But the thing with Jet, you couldn't fucking TP to a different continent.
From Fnatic, looking very good.
You had to like dash in a straight line.
Of the setup.
And also with Jet, if you miss your shot, you can't instantly pull out a Sheriff and kill someone.
Let's see what they can provide. Mystic and Durka have swapped over towards the B side. Alpha has provided a little bit of coverage.
Okay, Jet's right click. I don't even know if it's
bottom boiler, even
stronger than what Chamber's op is. To be completely honest.
Wow, DRX, I mean, that's not a normal.
Like even with the Jet right click with recharge,
that's one that
like nobody was doing like premium Jet shit. Like you're most of the time if you try to like do that, you're gonna get shut down. The thing with like Chamber.
And you see once again,
you could just hold an angle with Chamber. You have a fucking golden gun.
Considering the fact,
you literally have a spike crush weapon that slows people.
Use that, but they don't. They just hit all towards A.
Now remember here, Buzz has a stinger. Got to keep that in mind here, but he's already taking so much damage. And again, this wall is just so pesky, man. But they get their way through it. They pick apart at it, and finally manage to get this fight down. But they're already dropping members.
That was actually their own wall. Stax misplaced it for the plant, so they had to break through it.
Pivotal mistake. Buzz again standing close by. Oh, the swing out from Durka once again off of the drone. The timing's just so good. And once again, it feels like DRX are going to walk out of this round with nothing more than a whimper. 11-5 in favor of Fnatic.
Now all they need is 2 more. Now, we've been talking about the ult cascade. It's not usually as big of a factor on this defensive side, but it certainly is something that can get you these rounds. And DRX has that in their mind too. This is a very tall task.
Whose map pick was this?
And mind you,
this
it's
is
difficult regardless
Fnatic.
when someone on the other side is 27-8. But the truth is, again, like Mystic has been so difficult to deal with. Boaster's calling is very well.
Find them.
Another shock lineup set up here.
But this time it's not there.
I'm not sure if that's the same lineup he used last time.
A
think it was, and you see
Either
the
way, he moved
repositioning
it,
of it. Yeah, it's just a bit further to the east.
Mystic and Durko double set up here. Durko's going to take contact TP out. They have nothing to nullify him with this composition.
And really no reason to think someone else would stay.
Also, look, Mystic has his classic out. Scared of the barrel poking out, but eventually swaps anyways. They're just not moving after dashing up top. Here's the drone.
He's cleared out. Again, this is the trap that was laid. And
It's too easy.
too freaking easy. You're absolutely right. A very good trade there.
Oh my God.
Another try to open their way into the site, and perhaps they have. Alfier and Enzo are here. They've got mollies, and they have the Hunter Siri. Should they choose to invest it? You see Enzo already playing further back, waiting for it, and there it is. Nothing tagged there. And it's just delayed. Does Alpha go aggressive here? Does he go really aggressive off of that?
Dinosaur!
Patience.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Youngster, as Nanoswarm looks to hit him in the face, but the dart is so good!
And they don't spam the right spot.
Player standing.
It's all falling on Enzo, though, in this 1v2. Again,
My God.
no Hunter's Fury. He
They're
does have a couple
zoomies.
shot darts, though. That one's a bit shallow. Mako on the swing, gets the trade.
Hi, good morning.
You thought for sure Mystic was going to be able to find more than one in that game.
Ow, fuck.
They set him up so perfectly. But the trigger discipline not there, and it was, you know, it's not his fault there. Considering how close those DRX members are getting to his teammates, and his teammates think he's fully safe to be in the open
Dog,
there.
you a little bit stinky. Look at that. You need a bath.
And that's the
A little bit
first
stinky.
of many that DRX will need.
But again, it's right on schedule, right? It was a 4-0.
Exactly like the first half.
Yep. History does have a tendency to repeat itself, but we'll see if this book is rewritten.
Revealing area.
Dereka has the tour de force. A couple members.
What breed
on
is that dog?
Sentinel,
Mochi's
very close to
a
the
miniature
as well.
poodle.
They've swapped everybody back over towards the A side, but look at the flank going on.
Yeah, they're so far into A that they can rotate back to B, knowing that there's no threat on the other side.
Stax is planting in a spot where he's completely exposed, by the way, to mid right there.
The Viper's pit to provide.
They walled the turret up.
Going for the fast retake because of the flank, and look at this wall. Oh, but Stax getting dangerous, getting curious, swings out, tries to find value, but no, it's Enzo who does. The thing is, RB is still around. The drone's gonna find, or the dart, excuse me, is gonna find him too. The element of surprise gone. There's a fight happening on both sides. It's just so tense right now. RB falls. That's on the trade. Spike is still ticking. The Viper's pit's still around, and Dirk is gonna have to do it himself. And there's just no real way. There's just not enough time.
Can get away with the gun.
Oh, the
Success.
slow!
His own slow is
Oh,
demise.
never mind.
Baby. Cutting it close.
Hectic flank there.
Eat some breakfast yet?
Mystic,
No, I haven't,
I
really.
think missed blocking off the turret with the wall. That's why that wall was there. It lifted the turret instead.
Have they
think it
released
gave away the fact that
a
this
statistic?
player's way too close.
Like, is there?
That's what we missed on the side
sorry.
of Viper's pit.
Is there a statistic
Buzz
of
holding it down.
chamber comps versus
With
non-chamber
Mako.
comps and the win
So
percentage
chaotic.
into that?
We might have gone with the insane run from Fnatic at the beginning of this half. Of the 4-0 basically in a row. But it's still now only 4 rounds of DRX's own. This has been cut down quite significantly already.
And DRX are in a position to really capitalize on this and perhaps make it even more. They have 4 ultimates to work with here, Bala.
Wait, I might add it up right after. Out of curiosity.
Decent money situation, too.
Wondering, this Killjoy ult is going to be the easiest one to use to get onto the site. But again, Alfier's Molly spread so well. Easily can delay, and if Oster can get a Molly off before he has to leave,
Oh yeah, he blends in. Wait, what?
do anything. DRX is going to opt to just play the post plan instead with that lockdown. That might be a round wrapped up.
Wait, he's the perfect color. And he looks
Boaster's taking a good bit of damage. He doesn't have his Viper spit. RB
It's funny.
is threatening, holding that
That's
lockdown, ready to
camouflage.
go.
Yeah.
Primed in position to secure
yes,
the round for
please.
DRX, and there you go.
Both used at the same time.
What did Fnatic do? There's the Hunter's Fury, the one great equalizer in this situation. But perhaps Durka can find more.
I'm not vibing with the chips right now.
Fnatic just dismantled DRX once again.
They're getting locked. Oh my goodness, there's 2 players here. 2 still alive though.
Oh, Zest!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that could have been so bad.
What a split-second decision from Fnatic. Send 2 in, send 2 out. Boaster and Alpha here committing
Coconut water is good.
to getting locked up. And they come in and save the day.
What a call.
I could literally take some like coconut meat in my mouth right now. That's just like really good. Like the full
kills.
coconut, and you like get the spoon and you scoop out the meat.
You guys slow it down.
It was 19 at the half, so absolutely hasn't. 30-9. I mean, we saw yesterday Ye's performance. We might finally actually have this battle going on. Bait set up again. Mystic
Would you like coconut?
Top this time.
I love coconut.
This time he's playing a bit further up, and he's actually just there to clear out the drone.
Remember, every other time that drone has come through in this direction while Dirk has been here, it's been somebody else taking contact. So DRX should know something's up right off the bat here.
Buzz has the blades. He's on the opposite side. And you wonder who it is on the side of DRX that can try to neutralize this reign of terror out from Durka.
TP mate just made noise and RB trying to clear, making sure.
It's the same cheeky little setup that they had down Belong. Durka gets out, Mystic is still there.
And also, if you're wondering, Durka shooting the ground there. He's looking for the alarm bot that he heard RB put down. Boaster now pops his ult. That means B almost certainly is closed in the decision-making tree of Stacks right now. And this is a do-or-die round for map number 1.
And look at Fnatic's setup already. You've got the Vandal Storms that just landed, the Sage Wall, but DRX have to break their way through. They don't have a ton of time to pivot off of this. You've got Mako who's going to be on the flank, but there's an alarm bot that's keeping him back. Meanwhile, the star for DRX has already fallen. Buzz no longer around. RB2. Mako's timing does not align. And Durka looking to clean it up himself, not able to do it. It's actually Alfier who puts DRX away and gives Fnatic a 1-0 lead.
GG.
Fnatic's Icebox looking strong as ever. Before this tournament, they were 7-0 with this comp. When they played Fury, they looked nothing like that.
Nope. That looked effortless. It really did. DRX made a run at it in the first half, but you remember, it was a 7-5 half.
Yeah.
2 rounds after that.
Don't forget, I mean, that's the attack side for Fnatic as well. They did very, very well in that first half. Bit on DRX. Again, mentioning the duel of the IGLs, I think something that hurt them yesterday against Loud was the calling late after things started to crumble.
And they showed cool things. They had really cool ideas on Icebox. But the playmaking wasn't enough.
Was that 408?
Forsaken in the DRX jersey was not enough. There are just very little things that you can do to stifle a performance like what Durka put on, man.
No, there's not. And that's why this was Fnatic's map pick. Just dominant.
Well, that's also why, like, you have all these conversations around, is Durka one of the best players in the world? Is he the best player in the world? When you're able to do that on this stage in front of that crowd, I mean, yeah, you got to tip a hat to him if nothing else.
31-10. That's for the finish offer of Fnatic. That is ridiculous.
Outrageous performance out from Fnatic, out from Durka, really, across the board. A strong 1-0 lead to take us to halftime. We'll be right back.
Red Bull Campus Clutch is back. Assemble your team and lead it to the World Final. Register now for your national qualifier.
I don't know. I don't know why you guys gotta make like comparisons about like which player is better when they're playing the same character, but they play it differently. Dude, I only saw Durka op like once or twice. Like they play like Durka's a lot more like of like a rifle player. Like he'll flex between like opping and rifling, but like if you looked at like what's the dog doing? If you look at like the gun usage, I think EA has like an op at like 80% of
one
crazy
of our,
shit.
fans on Twitter.
But it's just like
is in fact
the way they play are like a lot different.
Man was killing it that game. Welcome back, everyone, to the Desk Golden Boy alongside with Mimi and Brand as we break down what we just saw there. And honestly, what we saw was Fnatic continuing to be a superior
and
Icebox
also,
team as
if
they
you're
walk away
watching
with the dub in commanding fashion. Brand,
like just pay attention. Like okay, you could be playing what is it called? You could be playing as like a chamber player or some shit, but like your team could use you differently and utilize you differently. The way Optic plays Ye is he's one of two things. Either A, he's a lurker and he'll lurk with the op, or B, he will be a turret player where he will basically be in the back and hold an angle for his team to be reinsurance that if someone peeks at angle, so they trust Ye with full, they trust Ye fully to hold an angle, and then the rest of the players will scale up, and if any player peeks, Ye will just delete them. But like, if you watch this, it was Durka who was actually leading and getting like kills, so Durka is being utilized as an entry for Fnatic. He was, I will say, he was lurking a little bit, but it was more of like they were posting him up on top of the tube and he just became like a fucking AC 130, which I mean it's kind of lurking, but like the thing is, if you look at like first kill first death, naturally entry player will die first a lot of times, and it's just it's inevitable. You can't win every single gunfight. You can't take every single perfect duel. And so, what is she doing?
They copied Fnatic's homework, but got the wrong answers.
And I mean as well, the pistol round's just not going their way. Time again, it just keeps happening for them. And this happened as well. I believe they didn't win a single pistol round in their previous matchup. But before this, it was one of the biggest elements that was causing them to have so much success. They were winning countless amounts of pistol rounds.
I wouldn't even compare them unless it's like two players. Like I will say, two players that play very similar are like that I could compare would be like Cryo and Ye, because they play actually like similar, and in which like they utilize the op, they hold angles for their team, they lurk.
Yeah, and on top of that too, I mean,
but just because you're playing the same character doesn't mean necessarily that you can like. It doesn't necessarily mean you can like compare them. Yeah, like Ye plays really good in correlation to what his team does. Like, even if Victor is playing like, if Victor's playing anything, he will fucking run in an entry. Like he doesn't. Vic won't care what character he's playing. He will literally be a body and run in. So he could be playing KO, he could be playing Phoenix, he could be playing Raze, Neon. Vic will always be out, ready to kill people, ready to take space. And then Ye will be ready there for the trades.
Yeah, and I think as we look ahead to Ascent being our second map in this one, he's going to need to have another one of those big performances.
But the thing is, like,
in large part, Buzz being crazy
it's impossible.
to pull them over the line. He was good on Icebox, but he needs to be great when you are playing like Durka, and a Durka that is looking again like he could be one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, just one of the best aimers that you could possibly ask for on this team. Speaking of aiming, transition. Let's go ahead and check out another high-speed clicking session, our aimlab shoot-around, and here's Coach Mini? Okay. Let's go, Coach.
Yeah, listen, he's not doing too well.
This is why I'm coach.
This is why I'm coach. I mean, he's hitting some shots. I'm not gonna lie. He's hitting some shots right now.
84% accuracy. Do you think you can hit 100?
Holy shit!
I mean, if he's hitting 100K.
Wait, he's owning. Wait, play this one out.
He's not hitting 100K.
I have no idea. Anyway, but while Mini is on the screen as well, it's important to talk about the battle of the mind games between both of these teams as well, because they're so preparation-based, both DRX and FNATIC as two teams. And honestly, leading into this, it is a matter of who can put in the most prep, who can actually counter-strat when the maps go in the expected directions, with the compositions that they might end up playing.
I think it was like a 7. That looked like it was going to be like a 72, 75.
We saw some of those moments in map number 1 where DRX did show us that they had that prep work put in. They've implemented this new comp. They played to some of the win conditions, but it didn't really happen in full. Now they have to hope that that prep work is ready for the second map of Ascent.
Yeah, well, if you're just joining us, FNATIC, no surprise there, win Icebox 13-7. Now we go over to DRX's pick of Ascent, but I think we had highlighted this during the map vetoes, that really this series layout, even though it does favor, FNATIC, to be completely frank, it doesn't really matter as much. I think at this point, DRX just need to find the wins where they can. This is it for them. Their backs against the wall. I'm a little concerned, Brent, about DRX in this second map.
Yeah, I think you can be rightfully concerned, because FNATIC on this map as well have been no slouches on it either recently. I mean, I believe it's with the map where they switched Durka back over to the Jet as well after such a long break from it. And if Durka's in this prime form, if he's carrying that forwards from the first map now into Ascent, and he ends up playing that Jet again, I mean, he could just be unleashed. You're not tethered to the same elements and areas of the map that you are.
Eat breakfast? I haven't eaten breakfast so far.
Like in the past, he can really just get let loose and supported by the rest of his team to just pop off.
I think with an attacking-sided start for DRX on this map, their biggest priority needs to be shutting down Durka. They absolutely failed at that at map number 1. This guy was otherworldly.
Ben, did you like playing more as hard entry or lurking? I thought lurk was better for you since you don't get any.
If that is not happening, I think this series is over.
Let's not forget too, last time DRX played Ascent was actually against.
I will say,
started that one off. It was 6 rounds in a row against the Copenhagen champs. You get that buffer.
It's dependent.
Pretty good.
Like,
yes, that one did.
I felt more impactful as a lurker.
But guys, I mean, I think it goes
than I did as an entry.
We know that this team has has Ascent strats prepped, ready to go, and they beat FPX on this map.
I think it comes back to the pistol rounds yet again, right? Because they didn't win any in the first map of the series. They didn't win any against Loud. You need to get started early. DRX is an emotional team, and I think getting that big win at the beginning of the map would really kind of put them into that position where they could snowball into another streak of wins.
All right, Prime Gaming Agents select. Let's do this. Sorry, Brent.
No, I mean, I was just going to say, in the past with DRX on this map, listen, I'll throw it out again. Give him.
But you said you can't hold an angle? Well, I wasn't really holding angles.
There you go.
That's it.
It's like I walk up and I just play ratty. That's it. I mean, if you're lurking, and like for the most part, when you're lurking, you try to take like more favorable duels. Like you shouldn't take like a 50-50. You should only take like a 60-40 at like minimum. And so if you're like listening properly, like to the enemy rotation stuff, you can find a lot of gaps, and you can take very favorable gunfights. And in that aspect, I did like it, and I liked kind of like being on an island. I did felt really like confident.
They are going to be starting out on that attacking side, and I think it does come down to it's a triple initiator comp, but it's also the timing comp, cycling those 45-second cooldowns to always have the right utility on standby. They've been good at it before, but we'll have to see if it can work against FNATIC, who is going back to their previous comp. Alpha's on the Killjoy yet again, and Durka gets the Jet. He dominated 100 Thieves on this agent. He is having an incredible day. I mean, this guy could go absolutely massive yet again, and for DRX, they need to get things under control, because losing here means you again are falling to that curse, means again you are letting that slip away from you. The heartbreak would be absurd.
All right, Bren, I'm going to put you on the hot seat. You think they're doing it? You think we're going to map 3?
I think FNATIC
you think you get more impact with AWP or rifle?
I just think that we talk about the emotional element. The crowd is on the side of FNATIC.
I think I'm day by day. Some days I play better with AWP, some days I play better with rifle. But also, if I fully focus on one thing or the other, then